I came to office, especially if you grew up around here, you remember that big pile of mess that was at 18th and that dirt pile that stayed there for 2 or 3 years at 18th and Parallel, where they tore down the mineral store? Well, Nathan Barnes were responsible for putting that together. That was $2 million. Hold on, we got a lot of counting to do. Y'all don't get tired. Just $2 million to make that happen. And then for the first time, that to have a world-class African-American guy own that convenience store, put that $1 million convenience store. So when you add the $1 million convenience store there with all of the other development, that was a $3 million job. And then the craziest thing that ever happened, somebody said, we're going to build houses. We're going to build houses a half a block from Juniper Gardens. And we're going to charge people $160,000 for those houses at Mount Zion. That happened because of Nathan Barnes. And that was $15 million. And then we jumped over and said, we're going to look at, y'all remember them old houses, them old apartments that was boarded up? When you come off the expressway there in Gateway Town Hall, when they was all boarded up? And that was, say, welcome to Kansas, boarded up apartments. That was another $7 million that Nathan Barnes did. Are we still counting? All right. And then, remember all that junk that was on 5th Street between Thatcher's and Douglas Bank? There used to be all that stuff was torn down and everything. And then we put Turtle Hill Apartments there and did all of that. That was another $15 million. And then we turned around and put apartment units for Turtle Hill Apartments there, the 44 units there. And then we jumped over to Mount Carmel, and I was the chairman of the Boys and Girls Club for 8 years. And when we started out in my wife's school at Northwest Middle School, just meeting in a donated room there, and we go from a donated room at Northwest Middle School to a $16 million facility down at 13th and Troup right next to Mount Carmel. That was $16 million. Mount Carmel's development with all the other stuff going on was another $15 million. And then somebody got the idea, a little crazy commissioner got the idea to say, we want to build some $200,000 houses a half a block off of Quindaro Boulevard at 18th Street. And we went down on 18th Street to Reunion Home, put $2 million worth of houses down there. And then old Dunbar School says, hey, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to build me a house. And this is a longer story, but I'm going to go down there and build me a house on 7th Street where old Dunbar School used to be at. And when I first came to office, 2 weeks after I got there, and I had my first fight with Carmel Renovation, I won the battle. She put her finger in my face and said, you will never spend one dime of that money. And I put my finger back in her face. I said, for every year you delay me, my house is going to grow by another 100 feet. And she delayed me for 10 years. And I didn't, I was just being bad at the time. And then I only planned to build a 2,000 square foot house, and then my wife said, I like this lot. And then I said, I was gonna put it on stilts, you know how they put them big pillows there, make it look nice and all that kind of stuff. And then the guy said, well, that's gonna cost you more than the basement, you might as well pour a basement. So my word was kept true, so then it grew 2,000 more feet. So I kept my word. And so when you add all of that up, and I will say this to all you people that say, I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, I grew up here, and this is where I learned, in your mama's time, your grandmama's time, never in your life have you seen anybody responsible for over $75 million worth of development in 3 lifetimes. And the blind man still can't see. And on Quindaro Boulevard, you drive from 1st Street to 27th Street, and you got brand new sidewalks, newly paved streets on both sides, from 1st to 27th Street. And now under construction, that Family Dollar across the street, for the life of me, City Hall didn't have nothing to do with it. I personally was responsible for getting that Family Dollar across the street. The first new development that they seen on Quindaro Boulevard in 40 years. And the nutcases try to do something to turn it around and say something's wrong with that. And now you got a Dollar General at 27th Street. And we are doing $4.5 million worth of development from 27th Street down to 10th Street. And if you drive down Quindaro, you see all the new homes coming up right now. And that has been done directly. It ain't because they love you, it's because Nathan Barnes loves you.